I'm going to tell you a little bit of history about Little Wissey, a little city between Jessup, Georgia and Hinesville, Georgia. This little stretch of history took place from the 1950s to the mid-1970s, and it involved Highway 301, which was the main stretch during that time. All this occurred because Highway 301 was the main stretch, and this was before Highway 95 was completed and used by everyone. Little Wissey is a great town today, a very peaceful town, and it's growing. It's doing very well. Little Wissey also has a history in the early 1900s of being a clay roof tile industry. Little Wissey was known in the 50s and 60s and the mid-70s as a speed trap town. Stopped thousands of people and made a pretty good income off people coming through the area that got stopped by the police. Little Wissey eventually had national attention put on it because of the complaints of people being stopped in Little Wissey every time somebody went through. Everyone believed that the town had a speed trap, and that was used to stop people coming through to make income for the town. There's actually a book written about the speed trap in Little Wissey pertaining to the 1950s called Speed Trap in Little Wissey. This is the way the speed trap was set up. They had a twin set of rubber hoses laid out in the road near Harley Odom's hog pen, and the speed limit would lower to 25 once you ran over those hoses. In the 1950s, they called it a speed watch, but also known as a speed trap. The little hoses would ring a bell like the old gas stations when you used to drive up, and a stopwatch would start. And after the first tire hit the rubber hoses, and then the tires would hit the second set of hoses, and they would be timed with a motorcycle cop sitting right behind a billboard waiting to pull you over. Little Wissey was also rumored to have a stoplight in the middle of town that could be changed by a remote, but it was never proven. They said the stoplight would turn from green to red without going to yellow. It was believed or rumored that there was a switch on a desk or in a room on the second floor of the bus terminal in Little Wissey. They believed somebody would sit up in that second story window looking out the window waiting to catch somebody and push that button to change the light from green to red so the cops can pull them over and give them a ticket. But this is all just rumor. It got so bad with the speed trap that there was a complaint to the American Automotive Association, AAA, and they actually put out warnings not to go through Little Wissey. Time magazine called the light in Little Wissey a magic lamp in 1959. It was said that the traffic light in the center of Little Wissey brought in a quarter of the town's $15,000 annual income. You got to remember this, 1950s and 60s. It was said and rumored that the town clerk kept the official records in their car for safekeeping or in their trunk. An average ticket that went through Little Wissey when you got stopped was $25. It got so bad in the late 60s, early 70s that complaints got to the governor of Georgia, Lester Maddox. Lester Maddox actually went to Little Wissey and gave a speech in the Methodist Church talking about he wants to clean up the town and create an economic plan to make the town prosper. Lester Maddox also brought his notorious axe handle with him as well, something he carried around with him. Governor Lester Maddox had put up 2 billboards when you enter Little Wissey from both directions, and it said on his billboard, "Beware, you are in Long County and approaching Little Wissey, Georgia. Don't get fleeced in a clip joint. Don't get caught in a speed trap." Some of the locals tore down one of the signs, so Lester Maddox ordered the state patrol to guard both of them. So they put up another one, and they had the state patrol had to guard these signs 24 hours a day until they weren't vandalized anymore. There was actually a song made and a record made about Lester Maddox going to Little Wissey. Little Wissey stopped doing the speed trap in 1975 when I-95 opened and most cars started using I-95 instead of going through the main drag of 301. Little Wissey today doesn't do that anymore. It's a very good town. It's growing. It's got a lot of things there. It's got a place called Speed Trap Shake Shop, which is named after the honor of the speed trap that used to be there. But if you get a chance, go to Little Wissy, but still obey the speed limit when you go through there. If you have any stories or any experiences about this, or you knew about this during the time when Lester Maddox was governor and this speed trap in Little Wissy, please comment down below.